Hey guys, welcome back to another JC Tennis video. So I'm going to do as quickly as I can winners and losers on this US Open draw that came out today. So it looks like this one side up here we got Sinner and Zverev. The other side has Alcaraz, Djokovic, and Fritz. Immediately, if you're a Djokovic fan, which he's obviously the most notable player, we still have to act like he is. He's the greatest of all time. Djokovic got a good draw. Round one, not so good. Overall, it was good. Djokovic, good draw. We're going to get to that, though. Let's start with this first section. It's funny seeing Alexei Popyrin not seeded. Not funny, but it's weird. But this is what happens when you don't get seeded. He's going to have to play center round two, and it looks like it'll be a short fortnight for him. Nothing crazy for center here. Should get through this pretty easily. This is a great round one matchup. Bublik and Cilic. Cilic had a good run at Wimbledon. He can still play. It's a bad draw for both of those guys in theory. I mean, maybe not bad for Cilic. You could play harder players as an unseed, but for Bublik as a seed, that's an awful draw. Paul shouldn't be too tough first two matches. Nothing crazy so far. Musetti Pericard. That's a great round one matchup. Horrible draw for Musetti there. After that, round two shouldn't be too hard. Goffin's not playing too good. Halle's not playing as good as he was earlier in the year. Cobolli, good opportunity there. Cobolli, I think that's a good draw. Musetti hasn't had a good hard court season. Look for Flavio to make week two there. And then I guess he wouldn't play center quite yet. Center would get Paul in the round of 16, which and that's just, again, for Paul's seed, that just is what it is. It's not good or bad. But, yeah, I think Flavio should make week two there. And then immediately I see Draper here. Diallo's had a good year, but he's a level below, a lot of these seeded guys that are in that 15 to 30 range. He's not that good yet, in my opinion. Minaur has been playing good this year. This should be Draper through to the round of 16. He'll get Flavio. Again, I think for Cobolli, this is really accessible. He had a great Wimbledon. Not the best hard court season, but I mean we'll see what he does. It'll be interesting to see. He could become a young star if he makes another run here. But that sets up, if I'm not mistaken, it could be a Draper Sinner quarterfinal. Zverev. Nothing too tricky here. Batista could be tricky, to be honest. But that plays into Zverev's game. He could just outlast him. Felix can play well, but he's a slot machine with the type of performance you get. Monfils hasn't been as effective. I feel like he might finally be hitting this kind of wall that we saw. The first example that came to my mind was like Murray could compete into those later years after all the surgeries. He could compete with anyone. But then in 2024, he just hit that wall where he just started losing to everyone. And I think maybe we might have hit this point with Monfils too. Finally. I mean, he's up there in age, man. But I hope Monfils makes round three. That'd be fun against Zverev. But this is nothing out of the ordinary for Zverev here. Rublev's been playing good, and this draw looks awesome for him. Yeah, Rublev won't have an issue. Wow. Probably making it to the fourth round pretty easily here. Walton's been playing all right. Kovacevic is playing. Humbert's not done much. Rublev to the fourth round, and I don't think he'll have to worry too much about it. That could be tricky for Zverev because Rublev's really been playing good, which is good to see because his rankings dropped a little bit and everything, so it's good to see. I mean, that could be tricky for Zverev though. That would be a round of 16 matchup. So we get Khachanov here. He's great in best of five. It's just a lot of guys a lot of clay court guys, a lot of guys with no form. There's definitely going to be some surprises that no one sees coming because of that. But like I'm looking at these three matchups under the Khachanov Bazaretti. Who's winning these matches? Like these aren't guys that have showed much, man. Arnaldi is okay on hard court. He could beat Cerundolo. Majdzak's won some matches. Like Khachanov to the second week should be pretty routine, I feel like, here. Bazaretti might be his biggest competition. Tsitsipas can't win a match. Muller's actually been playing good. Mueller, he'll beat Tsitsipas, to be honest with you. Here's guys that like Hamad Medjedovic. He's playing good. Altmaier's always good. But you got to think de Minaur here. I mean, he had a great start to this North American hard court season. Got to think de Minaur, and then that would be a great round of 16. De Minaur Kachanov, and then they would get the winner of Zverev Rublev if that were to shake out that way. And that'd be the top half. You'd get, it looks like Sinner Draper, and then kind of de Minaur versus probably, well, de Minaur or Kachanov. I mean, that could go either way, honestly, versus Zverev or Rublev. I think Rublev's capable of that. So that semi there's some opportunity for guys like Kachanov, guys like de Minaur, guys like Rublev to finally make that first semi. So I'd say good draw for Rublev because you have this opportunity to make your first semi. It's been talked about for so long how you haven't done it yet. You avoid, and I know he's old, but you avoid Djokovic. Rublev's going to lose to Djokovic still in best of 5 in 2025. I believe that. Rublev would lose to Djokovic. He'd lose to Alcaraz. He'd lose to Sinner. He avoided all of them to get to a semi. Rublev could make his first semi here. I'm calling it right now. We'll have to win some big matches, though, so we'll see. Okay, so this is the start of the bottom half now with Djokovic. Horrible first-round draw. It's a great draw overall. Horrible first-round draw, though. Second round should be easy. Then into the third round, he would get that first round between Norrie and Korda is a good first round. Korda's playing good this week. Norrie's solid, but he's just kind of ebbs and flows. I could see either one of those guys winning. Norrie had a good Wimbledon. That third round could get tricky. If Korda gets hot, you never know. Even this Komasana can play. Mickelson can play. Like, one of those guys could make it there, too. So it's not – who knows? Maybe it won't be routine, maybe, for Djokovic. And I just want you guys to remember, this guy's made all 3 semis in his 3 Grand Slams this year. He's made the semis all 3 times. He beat Alcaraz in Australia. He beat Zverev on clay. He breezed through the first week of Wimbledon. This guy can still play. Yes, he lost to Sinner in straights in the last 2 majors. He can still play, though. Don't expect him to lose in the first week. He can, but you should not. There's nothing that's happened this year that says you should expect it, is my take. I would have him going to the second week. Tiafoe's always fun in New York. That could be fun versus Darwin Blanche, the young American wild card in round 2. That would be, I bet they'd put that on Arthur Ashe Court on a night session. That would be a pretty fun one. And it'd be good for, like, you know, the normal tennis fan to see Darwin Blanche kind of play on a big court for the first time. He played Nadal last year, but this would be bigger for sure in America. It's looking like, and these guys have played in Cincinnati the last couple of years, Rune and Tiafoe. It's looking like those 2 guys are going to play in the third round. I know McDonald's okay. Botique got the big win here against Alcaraz last time. Rune, Tiafoe, who do I like there? Tiafoe in New York, man. You got. There's nothing that's happened that says he shouldn't win a match like that in New York. Still, he's just played so well. So that would be a 4th round. Oh my, that would be unbelievable. Tiafoe Djokovic. Wow. That would be something. That would be fun. That would be a really fun match. I'm going to be rooting for that one to happen, I think. Menchik is a slot machine. You can't count on him, honestly. Jari could beat him. Marozhin could beat him. Fonseca is another slot machine. Like, you just don't know what you're getting with Fonseca. He just needs to rein it all in a little bit more. So, I mean, for Menchik and Machac, this is a good draw because they're all inconsistent, you know. Whoever just is having their week. Kecmanovic is playing good. I would be very not surprised to see Kecmanovic make the second week out of this group. Fritz looks easy. Baez probably won't even make the second round. But it looks easy for Fritz here. Nakashima, I know like a lot of people like to act like Nakashima is really good, but he is his seed. He's a 30 to 40 player in the world. He's not anything better than that. If Fritz is playing average, it should be routine. Like, some people like to act like Nakashima can do damage. Like, he can't. This should be Fritz to the 4th round. And he'll be a quarterfinalist. None of these guys, unless Fonseca magically finds it, it'll be Fritz to the quarterfinal versus Djokovic or Tiafoe. And that's gonna be crazy, man. If that happens, I really hope it does. Shelton has been playing. He's the standout star of the last month on these hard courts. It feels like Ben Shelton. Mutte's had a good hard court season. Not great though. I mean, Greek sport can play. Manarino's actually won matches, but they're all going to beat each other on the way to Shelton. Shelton, it should be Shelton to a quarter here, you'd think, and I haven't even seen the draw. Casper's done nothing to make you think he's going to find it. Heshka hasn't either. Like, these are guys that people are waiting to kind of put some form together, and they just haven't. Coric is still, I think he's just coming off injury, hasn't done much to get some hype back in his game. Again, for Leheshka and Ruud, it's a good draw because it's just, you could make the 4th round without really having to pull off any really big upset. So, or like play an unseeded player that's really good, like Popperin, for example. Like, Popperin got, like, if Popperin was just sitting here, it's like you'd take him to make the second week in a lot of draws, but he has to play center round too. But Shelton would get one of these guys, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Yeah. Shelton to the quarters should be pretty routine. Okay, let's see what we got here. Or this is what we just did. This is the last kind of 16 guys right here. Can Medvedev find it, man? He lost to Bonzi in round 1 of Wimbledon. It's a rematch of that. You got Rinderknech. He can hit big and do some damage. Davidovich has won a lot of matches. Expect Davidovich into the 3rd round here for sure. His rankings skyrocketed. 18's as high as he's ever been. Garone can play on the hard court. You can't, based off of Medvedev, what he's done, even in best of 5 this year, you can't expect Medvedev to win matches. You can't. I don't know. Like, this is great for Davidovich. Davidovich is the complete favorite to make round 4 out of this group. Well more so than Medvedev. Davidovich is the absolute favorite in this section to make the 4th round. Medvedev just isn't. It's great for Davidovich. Alcaraz has nothing here. Wow. I mean, Opelka is a bad first round, but it won't be much of a challenge, I don't think. Yeah, this is awesome. Like, Darderi, I didn't realize Darderi got up to be a seed. This should be so easy for Alcaraz. That's a great draw for Alcaraz, those first 3 matches. And then he'd get Davidovich round 4. It's tough, but it's round 4, so it's not anything he should be shocked by. And then I guess it would be Shelton in the quarterfinal. And I'm just going off my noggin now from this. So Shelton in the quarterfinal versus Alcaraz. I mean, you'd wish to get him later. Like, you'd wish to have him on the other side. But again, I wouldn't call it a bad draw. For Shelton, maybe, but for Shelton as a 6th seed, you're probably going to get Alcaraz or Sinner before the semi. I guess it's kind of 50-50, but I don't think it's too unlucky. Like, I think I kind of pointed out on the way what I thought, who's getting by, who's not. Like, these guys know they're just going to, like, the guys that expect to win, the Zverevs, the Djokovic's, the Sheltons, like, they don't expect to win, but that's the goal. Like, a guy like, I talked Davidovich up just now, but Davidovich isn't waking up today thinking he could really win the U.S. Open. But Ben Shelton, like, that could happen. Fritz, that could happen. Djokovic, obviously, that could happen. And that's the goal. But for Davidovich, it's a pipe dream. So they know what they're going to have to do. But yeah, that was a fun draw to go through. I think I'll just pick a winner. Like, Center, I think he'll play his way. I mean, I guess he was sick in that final. I guess we shouldn't really think much of it. Djokovic, it's going to be like, if it's Tiafoe, Fritz, Alcaraz, center, it's just like something's going to go wrong. Like, it's probably, it's like something's going to go wrong physically, man, because it's like those are all matches where he's going to have to dig in, and it's going to be long. It's not going to be straightforward. Nothing about any of those matches is straightforward. And then it's like, I think he could do it healthy, but something in the body will break down, as it has. I guess it didn't really in the French Open, but at the Australian it did, and at Wimbledon it did. And he's just not going to be able to do it. So I'll be boring. Give me another Sinner Alcaraz final, and we'll see where the rivalry takes us, I guess. But I guess now that I'm thinking about it, Sinner gets a good draw to avoid Fritz and Shelton and Tiafoe. And I get Tiafoe doesn't really matter. But like Tiafoe in the round of 16 would suck. So like avoiding that's good. Yeah, but to avoid it, Sinner definitely has the better half. To avoid Fritz and Shelton for sure. And to just kind of have Zverev over here. Like, that's it. And, like, I know Sinner beats up on Djokovic now, but you don't have Djokovic. So, Sinner got the better half for sure. Alcaraz got a good first week, but it gets harder. And then Djokovic can say at least he avoided Sinner in the quarter, or at least he avoided Alcaraz in the quarter. But it's still, he's going to have to do a lot. But that's my breakdown. That's who I think got lucky, who didn't, and what to expect. I said, this is my one big take. Rublev, this could be the one that he makes the semi. This could be his last best chance. Rublev to the semi. Just remember that if you remember anything from this video that I called it. I'll see you guys next time.